Okay, here's the myth. You're not going to like it, but here's the myth. God is preparing a man for you. Incorrect. Biblically speaking, the Bible says that God created Eve for Adam, not Adam for Eve. I'm going to let you sit on that for a couple seconds. God created Eve for Adam, not Adam for Eve. So the one God is preparing is you. You have to understand that God prepares you as a woman to come into the life of a man, to be a helpmate, to bring value into his life, to be able to allow him and encourage him to do what God has destined for him to do. But as a woman that is unprepared, what happens is instead of allowing the man to do what God has called him to do, you make it all about you. And you want the man to make you his God. It was never planned that way. As a woman, you need to align with your man, and both of you need to serve God, because that is what God ordained, for man and woman to join together and serve God.
Do you aspire to be a stay-at-home mom?
If it comes with an allowance, yeah.
An allowance?
Yeah, like if he gives
Makes
me money
sense.
weekly, yeah.
Obviously, the man is working out there getting the bread, so life is good for you.
Yeah.
But
it
you
has
saying
to
you
be.
want
That's
even an
part of
extra
it.
incentive, like give me a little bit of extra.
Of course.
Yeah.
I also want to have my own
Yeah.
thing too.
There
Like I
you
want to have
go.
my
Yes,
own
own
credit, my own
business.
cards. I want to have my own thing. Where
Why do you want your own?
I'm gonna tell you why I want my own. Because nothing is forever.
So you think that it's okay for
need to
a
take
woman
notes.
to be a stay-at-home mom as long as she could plot her exit?
It's not
Ooh.
plotting your exit.
There's no intention in his mind to make a backup plan in case you don't do what you want to do and you decide to just bounce.
Okay.
So what happens is when we get to this conversation is like, why do men not want to be married? This is the example, because if I go and I bust my behind and I provide and protect and I do everything for my wife, not my girlfriend, my wife, she's still thinking in the back of her head that this is a possibility, this is not going to work, and she wants to be okay when it doesn't. The ideology that you have in the mindset is called catastrophizing. A lot of women do it, and basically what that is when a woman is preparing for the tragedy.
The strangest part in all of this is that this is the same women who get mad at men for wanting a prenup. Women prepare themselves for tragedies that they are purposely going to create. A man's challenge is to bend the environment to his will in order to survive, while a woman's challenge is to bend a man to her will in order to survive. But the difference is that a woman can never bend a man to her will unless he gives her the power. But again, at the end of the day, life is a choice.
Just say your rent is $500. What do you tell your man your rent is?
$500. 500.
What? You want me to lie? Hell yeah!
My rent $1K. I'm gonna say 1,000 so I can keep the other 5.
Like 1,000.
My rent 1,000, you heard?
What do you do with the other 5?
It's mine. It don't matter what I do with it.
1,200. 1,250.
It's 15.
1,500.
1,800.
2K off the bat.
That shit is $2,000. Give me the extra.
3,500.
What are you gonna do with the extra money?
Why?
And they still wonder why they are single, or why no man wants to take them as wives. This is the modern woman for you. They are strong and independent until they actually have to prove it. The most disturbing thing here is that women think that scamming their romantic partners is something to be proud of. When it comes to me, it doesn't matter how much you tell me your rent is. You will be paying it yourself anyways.
The only time having a boyfriend is worth it
Is when?
is when he is able to fully support you and pay all your bills. I said it. I said it.
Yeah, you said it. But wouldn't it just be so much easier to admit that one is broke and can't actually handle being an adult and paying one's own bills?
He's not your husband. If you're going to be a girlfriend to someone, he needs to be paying all your bills. Otherwise, why is he there? What is his purpose?
Well, I could think of several reasons, actually, but what do I know?
If he's not, he's just a boyfriend. Meaning if he leaves you, and a boyfriend is not a legal title.
Congratulations for figuring that part out.
If he leaves you and promises you marriage, leaves you with nothing, you get nothing.
At least they understand the basics.
But if he's paying all your bills, you're able to save money, you're able to invest into businesses that you want to do. If he leaves you, you're leaving with something else at the end of it.
Another example of a strong, independent woman who can stand on their own 2 feet. Not at all a gold digger.
But to date a guy and be someone's girlfriend for free?
Is it just me, or is some women completely lost when it comes to actually understanding what the concept of dating is?
Being someone's girlfriend is not worth it, okay? No. If you're gonna be a girlfriend, he needs to be paying a bill or two. These bills are due. I'm not usually anyone's girlfriends, but I'll make that exception for you if you're willing to pay some bills. If you're willing to pay a bill or two.
I can just imagine all the men running to that woman's profile to take advantage of that situation. You're right.
If you want a man to spend money, just tell him he's broke. Is it harsh? Yes. Is it ethical? Probably not. But does it f***ing work? Yeah. I want you to say, I mean, if you can't afford it, that's like totally fine. You can just tell me that. Because what they're gonna say is, no, it's not that. I can afford it. You say, okay, well then what's going on? I mean, nothing. Like, yeah, let's do it. And I'm in sales, just to put this into perspective. Reality is, if you're a woman and your client's a man on the other side of the Zoom or the phone, there is such a powerful power dynamic that you can play on.
Are her parents brother and sister?
Only women can flex about being broke hoes whose only asset is what they have between their legs. Let's see how that strategy will work for her in her 30s. Nevertheless, as crazy as what she said sounds, she is actually giving us knowledge on how women can easily manipulate men. We already knew the guilt and shame tactic of the classic, a real man would. Now we know the challenge his ego tactic. Guys, keep this in mind. The reason why she is with you is because she can't do better than you. I know it might sound transactional, but that is how the modern woman moves. So be pragmatic.
If women have a female nature, how is hoflation even an issue?
Hoflation is just a term. We have divine femininity.
A bullshit?
Oh, maybe? Okay, it could be having to do with like inflation. You know, things cost a lot more now. Luxury lifestyles are in. Everyone wants to be living that social media lifestyle. And so, you know, they want to have a man who can support that lifestyle without having to work. And I think it was more normalized just to be a housewife and not to go on trips and to get fancy cars and stuff. So maybe it was more just a different lifestyle. So that's why.
We are way more superior than you guys. Without women, men wouldn't exist. You guys are actually nothing. Because without us, you're useless. You wouldn't even be born. Okay? And all men, whether you were with them for 10 years or not, will cheat and lie. So it doesn't really matter.
Don't do drugs. If you're doing it, stop it. Get some help.
By the end of the day, the waiter came up, the kind waiter, all on one bill. And me, being the lady, I'm not answering the question. I do not know what that waiter just said. I'm looking directly at you, sir. And he looks directly at me. Get this? We can split it. You okay with that? We can split it? And the first thing that came out of my mouth was, yeah, sure. Yeah, sure. And I was like, Abby, do not make a face.
It's funny how when the bill or the check comes, that's when you'll start hearing modern women philosophize about what it means to be a lady. But the moment they leave the restaurant, they're back to their ways of, you know, saying bro or dropping the F-bomb and rejecting modesty.
Women are strong and independent until it is time to pay the bill. Even the most hardcore feminist who preach for equality will try to rationalize why men should still pay the bill.
So now I had put a post up bragging about her daddy. But I told him I needed some money for some groceries. And he decided to deliver the stuff, pick what he want to pick, and have it delivered himself. Come here, come back here. You come back here. Leave him alone. Come back here. He, instead of sending me the money, he didn't have the groceries delivered. You don't know what my kids want. You don't know what my kids like. That's me. You buying stuff off of what you like, and because I told him, you know, I needed tissue and I was out and I needed some groceries, and he done went shopping online and had some groceries delivered. That ain't what I wanted. I wanted you to send me the money so I could shop my own self. So me and my kids could eat what we want to eat, not what you want, the stuff you like. This was not it. Shit, I'm not happy about this shit.
She is saying you don't know what my kids want, but she has no shame asking someone else to buy food for her kids. And judging by how she talks, I'm glad that man bought the groceries himself, instead of giving her the money to buy the groceries.
Mr. White, what would be the first meal that you would feed me?
Salad.
That one there was a violation.
Spent 17 years of my life
with an elderly man who smelled like cabbage, just to be told I've got nothing in the will, nothing, and he was worth £33 million. And you think this is funny? I have wasted my life.
Hey guys, this lady got with a dude for his money and is upset that she's not in his will. Oh, why'd you get with a dude that you really didn't like? Stay with him every night. Thought you was gonna get rich, but that man was like, yo, this bitch ain't getting shit. Yeah. That guy was smart.
She's right. It's not funny. It is frigging hilarious. That will be it for this video, guys. Like, comment, and a sub to the channel will be awesome. Have a good one. Peace.